Welcome to Mornings with Patricia. Happy Thursday. Today I'm going to be talking from the book I Am That. I Am That. It's a collection of talks by Sri, and I probably am saying his name wrong, but Nisargadatta Maharaj. And he has left the planet now. I'm going to read you a few pages and then we'll talk about them. Also, this is my bookmark, Incense of Myrrh. Myrrh is one of the oils that they embalmed with, and I think this is really appropriate to be using this as a bookmark because really what he's talking to is, or talking about really in some ways, is understanding the eternal self and death of the little I, really. So, he has a questioner, somebody who has come to ask him some questions, and he says to them, what is the purpose of you moving from place to place? And the questioner says, to meet people, to try to understand them. And Maharaj says, what people are you trying to understand? What exactly are you after? Integration, the questioner says. So Maharaj says, if you want integration, you must know whom you want to integrate. Questioner says, by meeting people and watching them, one comes to know oneself also. It goes together. And Maharaj says, it does not necessarily go together. So the questioner says, one improves the other. And Maharaj says, it does not work that way. The mirror reflects the image, but the image does not improve the mirror. You are neither the mirror nor the image in the mirror. Ooh, think about that. You are neither the mirror nor the image in the mirror. Having perfected the mirror so that it reflects correctly, truly, you can turn the mirror around and see in it a true reflection of yourself, true as far as the mirror can reflect. But the reflection is not yourself. You are the seer of the reflection. Do understand it clearly. Whatever you may perceive, you are not what you perceive. So do understand it clearly. Whatever you may perceive, you are not what you perceive. So the questioner says, I am the mirror and the world is the image. So Maharaj says, you can see both the image and the mirror. You are neither. Who are you? Don't go by formulas. The answer is not in words. The nearest you can say in words is, I am what makes perception possible. The life beyond the experiencer and his experience. Ooh, I'm going to read that again. So, you can see both the image and the mirror. You are neither. Who are you? Don't go by formulas. The answer is not in words. The nearest you can say in words is, I am what makes perception possible. The life beyond the experiencer and his experience. Now you can separate yourself both from the mirror and the image in the mirror and stand completely alone all by yourself. And the questioner says, no, I cannot. And Maharaj says, how do you know that you cannot? There are so many things you are doing without knowing how to do it. You digest, you circulate your blood, and you move your muscles, all without knowing how. In the same way, you perceive, you feel, you think without knowing the why and how of it. Similarly, you are yourself without knowing it. There is nothing wrong with you as the self with a capital S. It is what it is to perfection. It is the mirror that is not clear and true, and therefore gives you false images. You need not correct yourself, only set right your idea of yourself. Learn to separate yourself from the image and the mirror. Keep on remembering, I am neither the mind nor its ideas. This is important. Keep on remembering, I am neither the mind nor its ideas. Do it patiently and with conviction, and you will surely come to the direct vision of yourself as the source of being, knowing, loving, eternal, all-embracing, all-pervading. You are the infinite focused in the body. Now you see the body only. Try earnestly and you will come to see the infinite only. So if you're new to this, Maharaj is some pretty deep stuff, but he cuts really, right to the quick of it. I am that. I am that. I really urge you to get this book and read it. So, a couple of the things, right? Here's a couple of things I'd like to talk about. Whatever you may perceive, you are not what you perceive. So whatever you may perceive, you are not what you perceive. So I may perceive myself as a teacher and a minister and a mom and someone on the path, and see, wow, but I am not what I perceive, right? Because the real I, the infinite I, has no identification. And this is what I talk a lot about in Sacred Space. There's no identification, there's only the experience. And the infinite has all different sorts of experiences. Without the duality, even though there's duality seemingly in this world, without the duality of that either being good or bad, right? It just simply is. But whatever the experience is not I either. It's not that infinite self either. It's simply the experience, but it does not define the infinite self. And then here's the other thing that is so, this really cuts to the quick. If you can, he's right, if you can say this over and over and understand it and get that deep within you, then the infinite opens up. And it says, I am neither the mind nor its ideas. Let's think about that. I am neither the mind nor its ideas. So the infinite I is not Patricia's mind, nor is the infinite I the ideas that come forth in Patricia's mind, which is so amazing, right? Because, I always say you don't have to believe your thoughts, but this is good. This is so important because you are neither the mind nor the ideas within the mind. That's not you. That's not the infinite you. And think about this, because, through the years, my mind has changed a lot. My ideas have changed a lot. Good thing I'm not attached to those sorts of things, right? It's an experience. So as you go throughout your day, think about this. I am neither my mind or the mind. Don't try to claim it. I'm neither the mind nor the ideas. When you do that, you can just watch whatever it is pass through. And what is tremendous about this, what is very tremendous about this, is that you don't have to be attached. Because notice that the ideas that come in, the thoughts that come in, we get so attached to, and we're like, yeah, and that makes us feel so bad about ourselves. We're good, right? It's so believable. It makes us think, wow, yeah, and then it's coming from our mind, and then we think, all these ideas. But we're not that. And this is another practice in Hinduism that I think is very powerful, I think it's called like neti, but it's, I am not that. I am not that. I am not that. I am not that. And, pretty soon when the mind gets hearing that, it's like, wait, what? Well, then what am I? Who am I? Which is the question we're always asked to question, who am I? And when you constantly go, I am not that, I am not that, I am not that, then the mind pretty soon can't grasp onto anything. It says, well, then I am nothing. Bang! Right? Right. And there's only the I, the capital I, standing. Wow. In bliss. Non-attached. No suffering. No suffering. Infinite love. Infinite grace. Boundless. Endless. Amazing. Let's do this. Allow yourself to rest the mind, and whatever, on the count of 3, whatever thought comes into your mind, Okay, 1, 2, 3. Whatever the thought was, I am not that. Next thought, I am not that. Look around. I'm not that. I'm not that. I'm not that. And even into the reflection, I am not that. In the mirror, I am not that. Right? I'm not that. And then the sea of consciousness. Sorry, I'm feeling like I'm traveling a little bit. I'm definitely traveling a little bit. Uh, the sea of consciousness. I am that. But it's, there's just one I. There's just a capital I. Whew. Yeah. And there's no, so I am traveling. So let me just explain to you what I'm noticing is that there's a sea of endless everything. And I'm just noticing everything. And it's within the consciousness, but there's no connection. There's no attachment. It simply is moving around. And this capital I, who is so complete and always has been, and boy, I can't explain that one. I can't explain that one in human terms. It's definitely a feeling of never being born and never have died. It's and these are things you've heard over and over. We all have, but when you're having this experience, and you can see from me doing that work just then how it shocks the mind. I'm surprised I can even talk. How it just shocks the mind and allows you to really be, it's not disconnected, but connected isn't the right word either. So, from the Upanishads, this is definitely true. I am not in the universe with anything else around me. The universe is within me. And it's that consciousness. So I'm going to try to bring myself back. Yeah, so you probably don't want to be listening to this while you're driving. But I do really recommend you do that work. Remember, let's see if I can find that. I'm going to go over those two things again. Whatever you may perceive, you are not what you perceive. Okay? Whatever you may perceive, you are not what you perceive. And the other thing is, interesting, I can't find it now, but I think it's, I am neither the mind nor its ideas. It was very interesting, this feeling. I've had the blissful feeling before, but this one is really different. And it's almost a little nauseating because I'm so floaty. What an interesting thing to have happen while I'm doing this with you. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to finish and so that I can ground myself and get back into my body. Not that I've ever left, but it's this very strange consciousness. Okay. You never know what's going to happen. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, I love myself. I do. I love you too. Have a blessed day. I'll see you tomorrow.